Hello, xin chào, this is Vanessa Ho again, and this is gonna be the last video of a multiple video series that we are sharing with you 20 tips on how you can make your long distance relationship work, especially with a Vietnamese lady. But we have a bonus for you.
But first, how would you like an ongoing supply of free reports, helpful resources and unique cultural insights for meeting, dating and marrying a Vietnamese woman? Too easy. Just take a quick moment to subscribe and click the bell icon, and you'll never miss out again.
Because I just want to say thank you so much for your support and for your feedback. So I'm gonna give you 3 more bonus. I'm gonna give you a big bonus, 3 more tips. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you actually the total of the 5 tips on how you can make your long distance relationship work with a Vietnamese lady worldwide. Because it has been a year now that our world has been suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic. So now, because of the travel limitation from so many countries, included domestic or international flights or traveling. Therefore, Alex and I and our team, we have been doing our best to create this series videos to share with you with our best intention to help you to get some more tips if you already apply some, and then with our hope that we can help you be able to find, build and grow your long distance relationship to achieve a happy ending for you all. Before we get right into the topic, I once again would like to have a couple of simple quick reminders to you. First of all, I would like to remind you that we would love and appreciate so much from your comments, your feedback, and share with us your personal experiences. And we also have done our best to share with you the really helpful personal informations from myself and from many Vietnamese ladies that I have known out there. So you can have a better perspective, a better understanding about the Vietnamese lady when you have a commitment for a long-term relationship or a marriage. Please just keep in mind that we want to build this as a community where we come and share and talk and build each other up and keep the environment of the channel as positive and as healthy as possible. So please, hopefully that you can respect that, as we always respect our viewers as well. Okay, and then the second thing I would also like to remind you real quick is that we all have our ups and downs, and then of course we may already have some unhappy one or a few unhappy former past relationships, but once you claimed that you are ready, especially for a lifetime commitment or for a really serious relationship, then please start fresh by doing your best to leave all the negative emotions behind and treat her with respect and as an equal. Let's get started. The first tip I would like to share with you today is that make sure that you don't rely solely on technology. What do I mean by that? Because I have always been sharing with you that we are so fortunate that with the new technologies, we have FaceTime, we can do video call, Zoom, Skype, and all of that. Compared to years ago, right? Can immediately sees your lady's voice or your lady's face during your conversation with each other, no matter how far she is. I hope that you don't just depend on that solely, because it's already tough to be in a long distance relationship. But let's not forget the power of having something physical that reminds you of your partner, and vice versa. Having a special token that serves as a symbol of commitment or a displayment, a gift from your partner in your bedroom can also remind you of their presence. Those are really important. It will remind you that your partner or your ladies around you. Also, don't underestimate the joy of receiving something tangible. A funny postcard, as you can see, like in the back, see on the wall right there, we have the two panda bears, one from Alex and one from me. We actually did it from one of our good friends. She have an art class that kind of like help us to relax and de-stress, and we just kept it like that. So just in case if Alex or I we had to change the location, like we actually, as been sharing with you, that we actually did have a long distance relationship for almost a year during about 6 years ago. So something like that can even now, if he has to leave house for a few days, or if we even get upset at each other sometime or disagreement, by looking at those funny panda bears, it's a good reminder of our good times together. So it's kind of keep me calm and then get me back to the right perspective. It means much more if you are in a long distance relationship. Tip number 2 I would like to share with you today is that don't put your life on hold. Yes, I know that when you are in love, you want to be there for that person, especially during your long distance relationship when you are apart, then you want to do your best to be available for your lady. Then that is something really thoughtful of you. But then I highly recommend you need to be careful not to sacrifice too much of your life more than is necessary, because it can lead to resentment and regret later on. Especially risky if you think that your time apart should be, for example, like because of this pandemic been going on, we thought that we would, of course, I know that many of our viewers and many people out there in relationship, we never thought that we have to wait. Like, I know that I have friends where they're supposed to go back to Vietnam and get married with his fiance this past Christmas already, but then he didn't expect that it would prolong even more, and now he said that he hopes it can be next summer, the earliest, but it seemed like it may last another year or two, right? And because of that, you don't want to put your life in, you don't want to make too much sacrifice, or you don't want to change too much of your work, of your future plan, and put those on hold, because it can affect you financially or mentally, and of course it's gonna affect your relationship as well, because she may blame it on you, or you may blame it on her later on if you are struggle. If you put yourself in that situation, if I put myself in that situation and I put everything on hold, I wouldn't go out, interact with friends, or I cut back some friendship and cut back on some of the plans that I want to do. And you may, and I bet you that I would regret later that, oh my God, why did I do that? Because we all only have 24 hours a day, and then time is priceless, right? You cannot turn back time. Then you don't want to be in the situation when down the road in another couple years or so, you may regret that, why didn't you make the best out of that time? So make sure that you still keep yourself, your hobbies, or your friends, and the plans that you have, and fulfill it, and enjoy your life to the best. That's why I share with you from my other videos that you should encourage, you should show support on her interests as well, but then you also do that to yourself too. The next tip I would like to share with you today is also remind yourself and keep in mind that your partner, your lady, is not perfect, and so do you. Nobody in this world is perfect. Agree? Therefore, I have seen many relationships broke because the couple in that relationship or in that marriage, at first they tend to idealize their relationship and the other person so much. So by the time, especially, you need to be careful, like extra. You need to be extra careful because you are in a long distance relationship, and it's more important if you have not met your lady in person yet, right? So don't idealize her too much or your relationship too much, because once you be able to meet each other, to be with each other, and then build or live with each other, or even getting married, then you may be disappointed, and it's not healthy for a relationship. So just keep things in perspective, and then just learn to grow together and get along with each other and accept each other for who she is, as well as let she accept you for who you are. And the next tip I would like to share with you today is don't ever underestimate thoughtful surprises. I have to share with you this, especially on the woman's side, and as a Vietnamese woman, we love surprises. Women love surprises, even if you are not in a long distance relationship. But think about it, if you are in a long distance relationship, it's even harder for you to keep in touch, to bond, to connect with each other. Then, of course, thoughtful surprises would mean so much, especially to a lady. So, and those surprises doesn't have to be something big or something too expensive. It's just you're thoughtful. Like I always been telling, always have to kind of reminding Alex and give Alex a hint when we first been together. The thoughts that count. That's why you can, you can do, you can draw, you can create a personalized card to send it to her for her birthday, for anniversary, or you can make a gift from that she can tell that you spend time and thoughts into it, and send it over to her. Or pay attention about what she likes, like flowers. Nowadays we can order flowers overseas, so you can pay attention of what type of flowers she likes, and then send her a surprise bouquet on a special date, on your special day with each other, or her special day, or any day. Just show that you think of her. She would love that, and she would appreciate that. And those thoughtful surprises will help keep your relationship with your lady, keep building it, keep it growing. And it's also as a reminder to her or to you, if your relationship may have some disagreements in the future also, or those things that Alex have done for me. When I thought about it, and when we were upset at each other or we had some disagreements, those stuff that he did for me, that to me is really thoughtful, and he spent time to think about it, and get that for me, or make that for me, that kind of this relationship is really worth it it's still worth it for us to keep going. So I highly recommend that you do that. The last tip of today, and also of this multiple video series, is that trust. And this is gonna be the last tip for this video, as well as a multiple video series, which is trust. Yes, make sure that you are trustable and own that trust yourself. I have always believed that no matter in all kind of relationships, I should say all kind of relationships, trust is the most important factor to keep that relationship going and to make it stronger. So trust is, I have to say, like, is as a foundation of any relationship, of all relationship. So therefore, that if trust is even more important for the lifetime relationship or for your long-term serious relationship. Not only that, but if for the marriage, then is, that's your lifetime partner, right? Your lady would be, she would be your lifetime partner. Because when you marry, you have kids, your kid grown, and then they're gonna move out, so you're gonna be with that person. So what if you cannot trust them? Then you cannot go, and of course there's no relationship at all, right? So because this is the most important, this may be one of the most important relationship in your life, like a lifetime relationship in your life, then you have to have your trust, to have her trust you, as well as you have to be able to trust her in a big or small ways. Okay, so you can talk to each other, you can have open communication, you can share with each other, you can talk about your long-term, your future plan together, you can talk about your life vision, your interests, your hobbies, etc. All of those are the tips that I just shared with you that I would say that is all because of trust. If there's no trust, then there's no relationship at all. So those tips that the first 20 tips that I have shared with you, it would not work at all, right? And how do you know if you can trust that person? So you have to pay attention during your the time that you're getting to know each other, right? If she said that she's gonna be there for a phone call, was she there? Or if she couldn't make it, did she call you or did she text you ahead of time to let you know that she has some emergency? But did she have done her best to reach out to you to tell you that, oh, she would not be able to make that phone call, video call, or FaceTime with you at that certain time? Or if you two already talk about some plan together, like meet up or, some future plan or some future goal, and have she been working on it and keep working on it as you first agreed with each other, and talking about that, but also it means that also on your side you must do the same thing to her, right? So she can trust you on that, so you can build a trust from her, right? So it's go both way here. In a long distance relationship, then make sure that you really realize that if you are talking to her, then you need to pay attention. You need to have a full attention so you can listen to her story. You can hear, you can feel, and you can remember it. As well as I definitely would recommend your lady doing the same way, so you can build trust with each other. Okay, so this seemed like the longest video of this multiple video series, and I'm gonna end it here. That's the last one that I want to share with you. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for your comments and your feedback. We would love to hear from you. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Okay, and once again, this is Vanessa Ho. I definitely see you on my next video. Xin chào tạm biệt. Bye bye.